Yo, what's going on, you guys, and welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. This is your podcast for everything anime and anime related. And as per usual, I'm your boy Aray, and I'm with my boy Aunn. Aunn, see what's up.
What's going on, guys? How's it been? Let's go.
Yeah, it's been good, bro. I'm playing. So our last episode we did like a Q&A. It was our half year anniversary, so we kind of wanted to celebrate that. And it got me thinking, you guys don't really know us as well as, we want you guys to know us. A lot of our community building happens inside of our Discord, which quick, little shout out to our Discord. Make sure you guys join, you know what I mean? But yeah, we want you guys to know us. We want you guys to interact with us and just kind of be a part of this community. So to kind of build upon that, we're gonna do a little bit of a story time here. We're gonna do our anime origin story. We're gonna make it like an anime arc, bro. You feel me? Like our origin story.
Yeah.
So,
I just wanted to say, thank you guys for all the people that, have been in the Discord, have been active. It's been like way more active than usual. Obviously, we want more people. We're definitely gonna do events. I might plan on going on the voice chat on Monday. It's gonna be Monday night for all the people hearing on Tuesday. But maybe we plan on having we'll do like Friday nights, or we'll pick a time and then we could always have an actual conversation with all you guys. Love to have that. But yeah, let's get on with the first origin story of Aray.
all right, man. I'll start this one off, man. So like most people my age, I'm 20, I'm like 25. So for those of you guys that don't know, most of us, living in the States, what we usually did after we come home from, school would be watch TV. So obviously anime isn't as mainstream as it was back then. And also there was no such thing as streaming. I'm sure there was, but there's not as big of a streaming, as it was back then. You know what I mean? So anyways, I'd come home, I'd watch I forget what it was, but I'd watch Cartoon Network, and on there'd be like a 4 to 5 o'clock slot, and I'd watch a lot of like Teen Titans. And I know that's not anime, but a lot of that would be on. You know what I mean? You ever watch Teen Titans?
Nah, that's certified. Nah, that is certified. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, Cartoon Network was the shit.
So good, bro.
They had all the fucking best shows. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, like Nick and Disney were good, but I was definitely more geared towards Cartoon Network, especially I'll get into it. But yeah, the Teen Titans was one of my favorites. The old one you're talking about, not that new weird shit that they have going on now.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, not that new stuff.
Yeah, the new one's like weird as hell. It's like little characters, like I don't know, it's fucking weird.
I've heard it's really popular though, so shout out to them, I guess.
I mean, it definitely appeals to like the younger kids. But I feel like the old one. So you ever play like on CartoonNetwork.com? Have you ever played any games on it?
Of course, bro.
Do you remember the Teen Titan game that they had?
I don't remember. I remember playing like a Camp Lazlo game and like.
Oh, I remember Camp Lazlo game too. That shit was fire.
It was like a painting game or some shit. I don't know why I remember that. But...
I remember Camp Lazlo was fire too, but the Teen Titan game, right? Basically, it looked like Street Fighter.
And I did play it. I'm sorry, I did play that.
That shit was fire, bro. I swear to God.
For real.
For all you guys that are 90s babies, you definitely know this for sure. Bro, that game was the OG Street Fighter.
Dude, you're hitting you're unlocking core memories. I remember both my parents used to work, so I used to go to an after school program. And obviously it's not like school where you actually have to do schoolwork and shit. They'd make you do your homework for an hour or so, but after that it'd be computer labs or playing outside.
Oh, that's fire.
I would always go to the computer lab and I would torch any kid in that game, bro. That's what I remember now.
Nah, I remember that. Yo, that game was so fun because you could pick any superhero or you could pick any villain. And I'm not gonna lie, some of those villains went crazy.
They were tough.
Like the cinder block guy went crazy. I remember that.
Is it Slay one?
The last dude. I don't remember his name. He was like a mud dude or like a muck type. He reminded me of Muck from Pokemon.
Pokemon?
Yeah, but no, that game was crazy and that show was just amazing. And it had there was also a story mode to it. So there was a story mode version, and then there was a fighting, I think 1v1 version, and that show was mad fun.
Bro,
but shout out to Cartoon Network.
For real, bro. All right, two things on that. One is first of all, I was an asshole. So if any of you guys from my childhood are listening to this, I'm sorry, because you know, if you wanted to do two-player, one person was on the arrow keys and one person was on like the, A, S, and the W. You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking about?
yeah, WASD.
I always made those motherfuckers play that side.
Low key, the arrow keys were more superior when you were
For
younger.
real.
I'm not gonna lie.
And then the second thing, bro, did you ever realize that muck backwards is calm? Just kind of.
Yo,
It's just like I don't know. I was
yo.
thinking that.
Oh my god, that's funny as hell, bro.
Yeah. So, anyways, man, I wasn't really like a Disney's kid or a Nick kid. Like, I didn't even know about SpongeBob to be honest. Like until like way later on. Like not even like no joke until like I was over 13 or 14. And when I
Oh
was that
shit.
age, I was like, yeah, I don't really want to watch SpongeBob or whatnot. But anyways, after that, I still remember some of the other shows like Code Lyoko. I don't know if you know what that is. I
What
can't
was it about?
honestly. I can't tell you the plot. I just remember it
Like
looked
who was it?
very.
Like what was
I don't,
it?
I
Code
don't know,
Lyoko?
man.
I don't remember that. No.
Yeah, Google it. You might see
Let me
like
see.
some pictures that remember you.
How do you spell like code?
Yeah, code CODE, and then I think it's LYOKO. But you might see some images that spark something in your
Nah,
brain.
I have no, I have not
It
seen
does. It
this.
does look a little bit anime-y, right?
Yeah, no, it looks like a 3D anime type thing.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I have definitely not seen it, but it looks interesting.
So yeah, man. I was always into like cartoons and shit. I guess when I was younger, I always fucked with like I say like the darker side of like cartoons. You know what I mean? Like Teen Titans. Like I don't want to say that's dark. You know what I mean? But like when you're a kid, you're like, there's a difference between Teen Titans and like I don't know. Give me another one.
Like the less childish shit, basically.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
it is, because it's like Camp Lazlo versus Teen Titans, right?
yeah. Basically, yeah.
Like Camp
So
Lazlo was definitely like for more younger kids, and then
Mhm.
when you grow up, you watch Teen Titans.
Right,
That's yeah, because it was like more grown up Teen Titans. Now it's like kids Teen Titans. But yeah,
exactly,
I get what you're
man.
saying.
Yeah, yeah. So like I don't know why, but I kind of felt more geared towards the Teen Titans side. But I'm not saying like the Camp Lazlo side was bad, you know what I mean? I still enjoyed it, but I was all about that Teen Titans. But anyways, like one day on Saturday night, I don't obviously I'm just kind of exaggerating because I don't remember, but I remember sticking around. There was like something called Toonami. So for a lot of you 90s babies out there, you guys will remember what Toonami is. Toonami was I looked it up. It went from 1997, the year I was born, until 2008. I guess it resurfaced after it got canceled. But that was like peak years, man. So obviously I don't remember from when I was younger, but somewhere in between, I used to watch there, and they had a ton of anime. I remember they had, I want to say it was like it started off with like Prince of Tennis, and then it went Dragon Ball, and then I think there was a little One Piece. I don't remember. I know One Piece was on 4 Kids as well, but
That's
it might have
OG.
been
That's some OG shit. I'm not gonna lie. That's
right.
some OG shit. Watching
Hell yeah, bro.
One Piece on Toonami, that is some OG shit. For
I could be
sure.
wrong though. I'm not remembering correctly. I do remember watching One Piece on 4 Kids TV, so I could be wrong. But then the one that really got me into anime was Naruto, and that was I guess that was like that was my thing, bro. Like I would be watching Naruto. I wanted to buy the fucking headband. You feel me? Like
Oh
I
shit, my
remember,
boy.
dude. I remember I pulled up to football practice, and this kid had a Naruto headband on, and I was just joining the football team. Like obviously, this was in like third or fourth grade, maybe like fifth grade. And I was like, damn, bro. I told my mom, I was like, yo, mom, can I get a headband, please?
Nah, that's
Obviously,
fire as hell, bro.
she didn't get it for
Representing the
me, but
Leaf Village while you're out there, kicking some ass. That's
for real,
fire,
dude.
bro. I swear to God.
Bro, no joke, bro. I think I dressed up as Naruto for
Oh,
Halloween,
wait.
bro.
This
Hell
is a
yeah,
sick
bro.
costume. That's a sick costume.
My mom dyed my hair and everything, bro.
No way. That's sick, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah. It
Bro,
was like the one day dye, but whatever. It was cool.
I feel you about the Naruto being your first thing. So
Mhm.
uh, I've heard from every single person that I've watched that has watched anime. Most people have watched Naruto. Like 75% Naruto is their
Yeah.
first anime. And I've heard the same exact thing. Like, like it just gets everybody. It's so there's a certain type of people, right? And I think the true fans of anime, when they start off with Naruto, it
Mhm.
sets them off to like a really good pace to watch more shonen, just like that. I think there's like people that start off like that, and then you got the other people that start off with like AOT or like Death Note stuff that's not as shonen per se. I think that's like
Mhm.
the perfect starter shonen. It has like all the best elements, and when I didn't even watch like anime before I watched anime completely, I used to hear so much about Naruto. Like everyone was watching Naruto. Like I swear to God, I never heard of One Piece before that, which is funny as hell. I
Mhm.
heard so much about Naruto, and then like I definitely was like intrigued by like the conversations because people would be like, "Oh, he could beat this guy could beat this guy." So I'm like, "Yo, who is that guy?" And that's how I kind of like developed probably like a liking for anime and like fighting.
That's fair, bro. Dude, you're like legit unlocking all these core memories, man. Like, do you remember like watching on Saturday night, or is it just me?
No, okay. So for me, I had a kind of different way of like watching anime,
Mhm.
but I started a bit later than you. I started,
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
yeah, I started watching a bit later than you.
Yeah.
But I definitely saw. Okay, so I saw Naruto. I don't know if it was on Cartoon Network. Well, did it ever like air on Cartoon Network?
Yeah, it was always on Cartoon Network.
Okay, yeah. So I've seen it
So
on Cartoon Network, but I saw a
mhm.
random episode, and I like obviously you just can't start from random episodes.
Yeah.
I didn't get into it, but I saw. I remember seeing an episode. I'm like, yo, what are these guys doing, jumping in trees and shit? But like, fuck. But like, yeah, I saw it. It was whatever. I didn't understand anything, so I wasn't gonna watch it any of it. I was still on cartoons back at that time.
That's fair. So anyways, let me hop back on this. So the two my two main staples were obviously it was oh, and I Show 21 was also on there. But anyways, my two staples were obviously Naruto and Dragon Ball. And then to kind of balance that off, I think Saturday mornings they had a Dragon Ball. I think it was Kai. This was when I was a little bit older, but they used to have that in Saturday mornings too, as well as like Yu-Gi-Oh, which I mean they are anime, man, but it's kind of weird that those were starting animes. But
No, I
if you
remember
think of
Yu-Gi-Oh. I remember
yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh on Saturday on Sunday mornings. Was it?
yeah, I think it was
No,
Saturday, but I could be wrong.
yeah, one of the mornings I remember it was Yu-Gi-Oh and low
Mhm.
key at that time I was too little to even understand what the hell was going
Oh
on.
yeah, I didn't know what the hell was going on either, to be
I
honest.
just remember it was fun. It was like crazy as hell. People were getting, like you ever seen those arm things that people have their whole deck on their arm and shit?
Yeah.
Like that was that era where people were starting to get into that. People had like started collecting all the cards. I wasn't more
Mhm.
of a Yu-Gi-Oh person. I was more of a Pokemon card
Yeah,
collector.
me too, me too.
Not gonna lie, but like when I went into middle school, my whole sixth grade like table, not
Yeah.
gonna like yeah, straight everybody was playing Yu-Gi-Oh. It was like
See,
crazy.
you're lucky, bro. I had the opposite experience. I remember like I was hyping up Naruto, everybody, and everybody was like, bro, man, you know on that SpongeBob, you know on that Zack and Cody. But I don't think anybody knew, to be honest. I remember in sixth grade, um, there used to be these magazines called Shonen Jump magazines. So like, the weekly Shonen Jump. It used
Yep.
to come in magazines. So I had a subscription to that. I first got it from the library, you feel me? But I got a subscription to that and I used to bring it into school in sixth grade and read it in homeroom and everybody would be like, "Yo, what the hell, man?" And
Yo, there's no way. Yo, so you're
yeah,
telling me the library put you onto anime? That's crazy.
I'd say to like a deeper form of anime,
Yo, my
because
boy.
obviously back then nothing was really accessible other than like Naruto and Tanabe. You feel me? Like
This is why
later
we
on,
go to school. This is why we go to school, kids. We learn about anime, bro. That's actually crazy because no one knew about anime, and you
yeah,
had the
no,
Shonen
seriously.
Jump in school. That's actually like mind
Well,
blowing.
it wasn't in my school. I would bring it from the actual like city library into school.
Oh, okay, okay, but still, even in the city library, I feel like it wasn't even that popular back then. That's wild.
Yeah, it was just like legit. They had manga and stuff, which is really cool. Like one small section. But I mean, dude, they had it there, so it was
Yeah.
lit, and that actually got me to deeper anime because I was reading like One Piece, so not really a spoiler because this is way back then. At the time, the manga was on the Impel Down arc, so I was reading that with basically zero context. Obviously, I remember like the first part where like Luffy meets Zoro and Sanji and whatnot.
Yeah,
Other than that, everything in the middle was completely blank. I just out of nowhere started reading the Impel Down.
that's funny as hell.
Yeah, Bleach was ending, so I literally read the entire ending of Bleach without having watched a single
No
episode.
way. Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm like,
god.
yo, I didn't know what the hell was going on, but
My man
I
was
just
reading Peak without knowing he was reading Peak at the point.
Honestly, I was just reading it for Naruto, but I ended up because I got the whole magazine. I ended up reading everything,
No,
and
that's
then
fire.
yeah, after a little while, I was like, dude, bro, let me see if I can like Google some of these series online. Because back then, I'd say Naruto and Dragon Ball were my top two series. So then, obviously, when you're a kid, you Google stuff, and obviously you get to some not so legal sites. But what can you do? You're a kid, you feel me? Statute of limitations, you feel me? Not play, but yeah, man.
On some pirating shit or what?
Yeah, on some One Piece shit. Let's
Oh
keep it
my
there.
god.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's
I
funny
mean,
as hell.
dude, no joke though. I know I'm kind of rambling on, but after that, bro, I don't even know how, but I got put onto Sword Art Online, SAO, and that
I heard so much about that when I was younger too.
yeah,
Like
hella people hate on it, but that was like what kind of got me to binge the rest of like just deep dive into anime. Like from there, I was like, I bet One Piece, boom, Death Note, boom, and I just kept going from anime to anime to anime, and I don't think I ever stopped ever since.
what part of One Piece did you have to catch up to?
Oh, I just restarted the entire thing.
Yeah, yeah, but like what part did you end up at? Like when you like had to wait weekly basically for each
Oh,
episode.
do you? I can't even remember the arc, but where's where what Doflamingo was like the Tontaras?
Okay, 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 yeah.
Those motherfuckers.
I think I was there too. I think I was like maybe right there or like a bit before there when I started.
I could be wrong. I just remember kind of watching the same shit over and over again with the Tontaras for like weeks. And what the fuck am I watching, bro?
Yeah, those guys are funny as hell, bro. Well,
Yeah.
they were low key not necessary in the whatever. But that's a whole discussion for another story. But yeah, One Piece. When I started, I ended around the same part.
Hmm.
Yeah, most people that started in like 2020, which is
Yeah.
like 50% of the
Probably.
audience now, and they end up like in whole cake. Well, yo,
Yeah, that's fair.
now that I think about it, watching weekly from them is crazy, bro. They need to speed the shit up. The low key One Piece is still go to, so yeah, that's what it is.
Right, right. I mean, I think that's pretty much it for my origin story. I mean, it was. I feel like the path that I took is probably what most people would have took if they were, you're from the United States and you're also around, our age group in the 20s, mid 20s. You probably saw Naruto or another anime on either 4Kids or Toonami, and then from there you kind of, just did a little bit more exploring, whether it was in a library like me or you just kind of pulled up to maybe it was a video game or something, but from there I'm pretty sure you kind of got into anime more. So
No, 100%. But yeah,
I'm
video games.
assuming,
Yeah, I forgot video games connected very heavily for me too. It's
right?
actually crazy that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'll get into my origin story. So, I mean, even as a young kid, like I'm talking about, I don't even remember like half the stuff. Like four, I had a Nintendo 64, and I had
Oh, word.
yeah, I remember having a Pokemon game for it, and that's when that's when Pokemon started for me. So Pokemon was my first entrance into like even cartoons and all that shit. Like Pokemon was the thing for me.
I would say me too for cartoons for sure,
Yeah, right. It was like the first ever like piece of
dude.
cartoon that I
Legit,
saw. I remember seeing.
I don't know if it was just you, but every birthday party, every like event, it was all Pokemon theme always.
Bro, Pokemon was the shit when we were. I think like that was the time when Pokemon was building
Yeah.
and new games were coming out all the time. I think
Hmm.
Pokemon was like it was like either you watch Pokemon or you watch Yu-Gi-Oh, and they were both like popping at
Hmm.
the time.
Wait,
But
not to cut you off though, real
yeah,
quick. What was your first Pokemon game?
what was my first Pokemon game? The Nintendo 64 one, but I don't remember playing it.
I don't remember
But
what it
if
was
you're
called.
talking, I don't remember, but there's probably like one or two games for the
Gotcha.
Nintendo 64 that are Pokemon. So you know what I mean? I could
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
like search it up, but it's definitely the Nintendo Pokemon from Nintendo 64. And I don't know
Gotcha.
what it was back in those days,
Hmm.
but the graphics were actually ahead of their time now that I think about it. Like they were very like 3D looking. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy because
Dude, I was thinking that too. Like I had a GameCube and
yeah, exactly.
it was
GameCubes were crazy.
it
Yeah.
was Pokemon Coliseum and I think Pokemon Shadow Gale Darkness or something like that, something along the lines of that. And I was like, damn, bro, this shit looks way better than what they have on the Game Boy, man.
No, that shit was crazy. It was like a whole arena, and you could see like the
Yeah.
shot going at like. Yeah, it was actually like ahead of its time. That's where like I used to play. I mean, I still do play Smash Bros. And the
Yeah,
first time I got introduced to Smash Bros, I saw like Mewtwo and I saw Pikachu. And I'm like, yo, in
so
Smash
good.
Bros Melee. And I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy, bro. This Pokemon and this shit. There was like maps that were like Pokemon themed, so I had like electrodes coming out, and there were like all the different Pokemon coming in. And then you saw like Mario and Yoshi all fighting. And I just remember like, what the hell is going on? Like Super Smash Bros. For me was like, when I first saw it, I was like, what is going on? This shit is crazy, but this shit looks fun as hell. And I mean, when I played, the shit was just like I fell in love with the game instantly. So from there, I would say I used to come back home from school every single day. I don't know
Yeah,
how Pokemon used to work, but every single opportunity that I used to get to watch Pokemon, I would
you
watch
would, right?
Pokemon. Yeah, I would
Dude,
just watch Pokemon, like straight
facts,
up. Or I would just play the game. So it was like
facts.
one or the other. And that's when I started playing like games on Cartoon Network. I got into like Ben 10. I got into like
Oh, word,
all
Benton.
those like fire like you remember what are some good Cartoon Network shows? Like do you remember the one where there's a monkey and like a whole ass zoo
Oh
inside
yeah,
of a school?
something Spider Monkey.
Yeah, I don't know that game. And yeah, there was a game for it, and that game was fun as hell. There was mad games on that. Like me and my brother used to play all the time. And then I remember like my brother, I don't know what he did, but he downloaded the emulator on the computer when we were mad young for
So
Game Boy.
you was just abusing that shit, bro.
Yeah, I was abusing the hell out of that shit. So we had a Game Boy. I remember we had a Game Boy, right? And then we also had that. But I remember my brother never let me used to play that one. And
Mhm.
I remember one time, like I saw him like leave, and then when he went and put in the password, right?
Mhm.
So my ass put in the password as he dipped, and um, I remember that night catching either like he caught it or someone caught it. It was a Zapdos, and like
Oh,
that shit
word.
was crazy. I remember we stayed up the whole night, and then like low key, we were low key like because we couldn't like let our parents know shit.
Yo, facts, bro. I could only play weekends, bro. I feel you, bro.
Yeah, bro. So we were bad low key with it, and then when we caught the Zapdos, that shit was fire as hell. But so that's what got me into like Pokemon in general. You know, I could go on forever about Pokemon, like the Wii, and you know, all the like. I just want to say one thing. Like my elementary school was full of like Pokemon, so it was like got to the point where like the teachers wouldn't allow you to play Pokemon in the cafeteria because that's how many kids were playing it, right?
Mhm.
And I remember I was playing it, and then my teacher. I think I shared the story
Yeah, yeah.
before. Yeah, but yeah.
It
So
was
my teacher.
that one op, right? And y'all stole it
Yeah,
back.
yeah. We stole it back. We stole it back from that teacher because the teacher
Nice.
took the cards. And then I remember she made everybody stay for like a bit, but obviously you can't do it for more than 5 minutes. So then we all just left. Nobody found out. Everyone shut their lips. Low key, it was only us three that knew. The people that went up,
Mhm.
no one said anything, and we were good to go.
Right,
But
man.
yeah, she apparently gave all them back at the end of the year. But I don't remember that shit, so I remember I took my shit back at least. But yeah, so the origin of my anime story. I was already geared into like cartoons from the beginning, right? Same like you,
Right. Yeah, yeah, of
like,
course.
and then one of my best friends in my old school, um, his name is Kashif. Loki, I put his gummy out there, but I only
I
put his
got you.
first.
I'll edit that
that,
shit, bro. I got you, dog.
nah, Loki, I only put his first name, so Loki, we're chilling. But yeah, um, he put me on. He said watch One Piece, even though I was hearing like mad shit about Naruto. I was like, yo, let me give this shit a try. Let me give One Piece a try, right? And bro, I swear to God, it took him like a bit to like convince me to get into One Piece. But bro, when I watched the first episode, that goofy like the goofiness got me, bro. I was like, there's no way this dude just popped out from like the barrel. Fucking, we got some like Kobe ass
Mhm.
kid, Zoro like that. Because I watched like probably a couple episodes when I first watched it,
Yeah.
and I used to watch it on like this website called WatchOP.com.
Yo, I used to have that watch off.
Yeah, Watch Off, right?
I used to call it that watch off.
I used to call it
Yeah.
Watch Off too, Loki, because it was just so much easier. I used to call it Watch Off.
Yo,
Um,
they had one for Naruto too, bro. No
yeah,
joke.
dude, they had one for every
I
every
forget it was
yeah
yeah, all the
for every
they were all
animes.
linked to the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yo, ain't
Yo,
no
that's fire as
way.
hell.
Ain't no way. It was just me.
That is fire. So my boy Kashif, he used to read manga at the time. So he is an OG manga reader. Like
Damn.
crazy. I'm like, yo, how like
Is he like our age or is he a little bit
yeah,
older?
he's the same age as me. He's 23.
Damn.
So
He's like a freaking pioneer, bro.
bro, this dude was reading manga and I didn't even know about anime. So I didn't like he's a pioneer. He's an OG. My man's put me on, and every single day we would talk because we were classmates. So every single
Mhm.
day I would go to him and we'd talk about One Piece, the new thing I watched, and then it got to a point where, bro, I was racing to watch that shit as soon as I got home. I would go home, One Piece, go home, One Piece, and I wouldn't even skip like out like there was nothing I skipped, and I know that some people out there that be skipping Skypiea, that be skipping like, bro, not a true One Piece fan if you're doing that shit. Firstly, secondly, no, I just couldn't wait to get home and just watch One Piece. Even though it was for like probably like an hour or two, I got to actually like watch One Piece per day. But
Mhm.
I used to just abuse One Piece whenever I could, and
Facts.
I binged through the whole shit, and it was just a journey throughout because we would just discuss every single part. So he saw the emotion of somebody else going through it daily. That's actually crazy. Like if I could relive that shit, bro, that would be insane. Like if there's one anime I could rewatch from the beginning, obviously it'd be One Piece. And I feel like even if I watch it now
Mhm.
and go rewatch it now with all the information I have now, I
Yeah.
still feel like it's gonna be interesting because I'll be connecting everything. Like it'll just be like crazy. Because
Dude,
you
no
miss a
joke,
lot.
man.
Yeah.
We got to do like a pod on that. Like, which animes would we rewatch, and if we could like forget our memory, One Piece would definitely be up there for
Yeah,
sure.
100%. Because even now, I just a lot of things that probably skimmed through and missed in One
Mhm.
Piece. But yeah, I would definitely want to. I don't definitely don't have the time to rewatch a whole 1,000 episodes again. But if they come up with that recap, the
Bro, no
one.
joke, bro. This is why you get married, bro. I'm like rewatching all
Yo, that's
these.
fire. That's
No
fire.
joke, bro. I'm rewatching all these animes that I would probably never rewatch unless I wanted to show somebody. So like that's why I'm like I'll be showing
Not
my wife all these anime. Like I rewatched Death Note with her. I rewatched. We're rewatching Naruto. Well, I'm rewatching. She hasn't watched any of this.
no, this is fire because
We're
you see the
yeah
raw reaction. Like you see the
yeah
raw
yeah
reaction, and you're like, "Yo, I had that same reaction at this
yeah.
point."
It's like when a motherfucker gets like killed or like a plot twist happens. I'm always like doing the side eye, bro. Do the
Yeah,
whole side
yeah.
eye.
That's
I'm
funny as
smirking with
hell.
the side eye, getting ready for tears or like shock. It's
Yeah,
fun, man.
bro, it's crazy. I think just having like I think just the reactions are so good with anime because there's so many like heartfelt moments. You
Mhm.
have so many like actual crazy fights where you're like out of your seat. There's so much emotion that goes into like okay, cartoon had emotion, but it wasn't like it was more like comedy per
Yeah.
se than emotion. I think anime that's where anime kind of like steps up, where it's
Mhm.
like it brings huge emotions to the actual story, and obviously the stories are way more well developed.
Right.
But
Dude,
yeah, that's crazy
as
to relive those moments.
mhm. As weird as it is, like I feel like I learned more from anime, like in terms of like character wise, like building character. Because back then, I remember Ed and Eddie. That was a show.
Yo, I remember that shit.
My parents would get triggered for me watching that just because like they would just do the stupidest shit ever, and my parents would be like, "What
I'm
the
not
fuck
gonna
are you
blame them.
watching?"
I'm not gonna blame your parents. Ed
Yeah,
and
man.
Eddie were the three dumbest fucks ever, but that shit was hilarious, bro.
It was for sure. Like I liked it and everything, but if you compare that to like a Naruto where he like not to get all sentimental or kind of like draw on some bullshit, but like you learn the value of not giving up. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I feel like that was one cool thing about growing up on anime because I felt like dude, no joke, bro. Every time I'd be down or like feel like give up, be like, hey, ain't no way Naruto would give up. It's corny as hell saying it out loud, but I feel like that shit is probably accurate for not just me but other people too.
No, definitely. You're definitely not alone on that for sure. I you know what it is, bro? A lot of
But
people that watch Naruto specifically
mhm,
when they're young have
mhm.
that same like trait because his whole thing is like, yo, especially if you watch like a bit in the English. Have you or no?
Yeah, I watched the entire beginning, like the original Naruto in English.
Yeah, so if you watched it in the beginning, right? If you watch the beginning in English, he says it so many times where he goes like, this is my Nindo. I never like go back on my word. And he says that
Yeah.
like he specifically says it in like the most prime moment. So it's like I've heard so many people like, get their like drive and inspiration from like Naruto. I've obviously other MC too, and Luffy, but like, I've definitely heard it from Naruto for sure.
Right, right. Bro, hopefully this next generation of anime, like the Black Clovers, which obviously is not going to live up to a Naruto, but the next generation of kids, I hope they get onto that, man. No more, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I still enjoy the stupid ass cartoons, you feel me? But like,
Not
damn, bro,
100%.
I wonder what like the kids of our generation, like our kids, for example, what they'd watch. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's too far out in the future. Like, I would say kids nowadays would probably watch My Hero, right?
Yo, if you best yo,
I know what you're about to
yo,
say.
kids from this generation, y'all hearing this? Please do not look up to Deku, bro. Please, bro, for everything. Just look to like Ichigo, like look to like Naruto. Someone like even if you need someone from like the newer generation, you got Asta, you got Rock Lee, and that's old generation. But like you
Yeah.
got Asta, bro.
I
Like
kind
you
of feel bad though, low key, bro. If you think about it, man, because
for
none of
what?
these none of these
Yeah,
kids are gonna want to watch older animation. Like I know Naruto is not that old, but like relatively speaking, the animation between My Hero and Naruto are on different levels. Like, you know what I mean?
100%. That's why people don't even start these yet. The animation does not get
Yeah.
people into the shows because it's still 1990s like
Hmm.
animations or like early 2000s animations. So obviously, they're not good, but the plot is just so much better. I just that's just what it is for me. And trust me, all you newer viewers, just bear through like 100 or like 200 episodes. Promise you, it gets good.
You know,
The
that sounds
animations
fucking
get
wild
good.
to say. That sounds wild to say.
No, anime
Bear through 200 episodes. Yeah.
low key as an old head, bro. 200 episodes of One Piece is like 2 episodes of an anime. But yeah, um, watch watch and bear through those first couple episodes, and you'll be set because it changes drastically once you get to like even like
Bro, can I be real with you, Owen?
yeah.
I don't think I would have kept watching One Piece if it wasn't for me reading the manga because I saw how much of a badass Luffy was against Magellan, and I think that was like I keep watching until then. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like to be
shit.
completely honest, man.
Got you. No, I can't blame you because the animations were dookie. But it was 2000s anime, so I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's fair.
For me, just the story was so good. And that was my
Mhm.
first anime, so I didn't even know about animation. So I didn't even know what the fuck animation was, bro. I was watching that shit thinking this shit was like the best it gets out here. And then like luckily, thank God, because maybe I wouldn't have watched One Piece too, because that it's a gatekeeper. The animation is a gatekeeper, but
It is.
the
Yeah.
plot is definitely like so solid that I think when people like okay, so a lot of people nowadays, even like one of my friends now, they hear about what's going on in One Piece, they just know One Piece is crazy. They don't
Mhm.
need anything else. They just know One Piece is just crazy. They know they're not gonna watch it, and if they're hearing this, they know who they are. They're not gonna watch it, but they know it's crazy.
You know what's
But
bad funny, bro? Not to cut
yeah,
you off. I already cut you off, bro. It's too late.
yeah, what's
Bro,
up?
my man Owen turned his origin story into why you should watch One Piece. This
Yeah,
dude
because
didn't
that's
One
my
Piece.
origin story, bro. Shit.
Bro, this guy got me dead.
That's my origin story. I got okay. So I watched One Piece for so long, and that was the only like anime I watched for like a heavy minute till I switched to Bleach. Yeah, so the second anime I started after One Piece because I watched One Piece for like a very long time was actually Bleach, and the thing with Bleach was I had the same problem where it was like it had shitty ass animation in the beginning, and it's not even the animation that really got to me, but it was
Mhm.
the plot in the beginning that was kind of slow. It took a bit to like, kind of build up. That kind of like threw me away for a bit, and then one of my like friends, that was one of my neighbors, like my family friends, we grew up together. He used to watch Bleach, and we used to talk about Bleach all the time, and I got into it after like a couple tries, but once I really got into like once I started like the Soul Society arc, boom, it was like just crazy after that. And I was just from that arc, I just knew that this anime was crazy because the way he was like upgrading, he was just constantly getting better. It was like I've never seen like sword play like that,
Hmm.
and the powers were just crazy. That was like again, it was a fighting anime. That's why I love fighting anime, like shonen anime, because I started off with, you know, two out of the three big three. That was crazy. But the thing about Bleach was it had filler, and I honestly didn't even know like the bounce arc for all the people that have watched
Oh yeah,
Bleach.
that's why I stopped watching.
Yeah,
Bound
I
art, bro.
bro, bounce arc got me, but like yo, I watched all the shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck are they doing this weird shit for, bro? It's not even like after the because Aizen, like when they defeated Aizen and shit, that shit was crazy. The but wait, they did the bounce before or after?
It was before. It was before. I think that was
Before,
after
right?
Soul Society. Yeah.
Okay, so I watched that completely. I watched that completely, right?
Hmm.
Not knowing it was filler. But that shit was I was confused. Like I was like, what the fuck is this? But after Aizen, I think there was another arc, and it was some weird shit. I remember they had some weird way of using their powers, and I just did not like that style. But I
Hmm.
think I still stuck through the whole thing. I watched it, and that's where Bleach, came to an end. But now Bleach is back, and that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Bleach's new season is wild,
Coming back in
and
July.
yeah, bro, that shit is phenomenal. But after that, I took a huge break from anime, and I started back like probably a couple of years after, like 2, 3 years later, with honestly don't remember what I came back with, but it was definitely like Death Note. And then once I started watching like one, I just kept going and going and going and going after that.
Yeah, I feel that, man. It honestly it took just a couple for me to get sparked up. I remember I took a small little break from Naruto too, even though well back then it wasn't like easily accessible unless you pirated it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
literally,
I
bro.
was dead watching it, like rewatching it over and over again on YouTube. And on YouTube, like the image was flipped, like it was flipped, like it was mirrored
Oh
basically.
shit. Oh shit. That's funny as
That
hell,
was the
bro.
only way I could watch it, man.
Man was trying to get some peak content, bro. Straight up fighting out here. Y'all are lucky, bro.
Yeah,
All the youngins that are on Crunchyroll, they're on
for real,
you
man.
know, the websites. Everyone knows the
Yeah,
websites.
no joke
Oh.
though. I'm so happy I have Crunchyroll now, bro, because I gotta watch whatever I want whenever I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's just so much easier to watch anime, and honestly, anime is becoming way more mainstream in
Hmm.
in the US. And before, so this is like a huge point about the Discord and about why we're even, why we even have the podcast to begin with. So before, right, we're telling you about our origin stories. And before, if you were an anime watcher, I'm not gonna lie, you got kind of hated on. You were kind of like, looked down upon, frowned upon, and it was always kind of weird. Even for me when I was younger, like my cousins were like, "Yo, what are you watching?" It's like
Hmm.
e-
Same.
even though they watch it now, but yeah. So I used to watch One Piece all the time. So they were like, "Yo, what are you watching? This goofy ass shit, right?" And I was like, "Yo, y'all don't know this is peak." But obviously, I tried convincing them, but it didn't work at the time. But
Hmm.
yeah, like now the kids have like people have it easy, but before it was like it was very weird to watch anime. And I want like our community to be like a community where like, anyone can be in our community. You just gotta like
Right.
it. You just gotta like, like anime. And if you don't even watch anime or read manga, but you have heard an episode of our podcast, we are like we will give you the best recommendations what to start with. Just join our Discord. We get a lot more personalized there. We're gonna do like a ton more events. Just go crazy with it. And we want you guys to interact with each other, interact with us. It's like everyone has their own origin story, and if you are
We
at
want to
just the
hear that
beginning,
shit, yo.
yeah,
Yeah, so make sure you guys join our Discord. So, because we actually want to hear your guys' origin story too. I'm pretty sure it's going to be very similar to ours. If not, it might be very different because it honestly depends where you're growing up, like what your surroundings are. Because I remember when I changed schools, like in my original school, nobody except for me or one or two other guys used to like be into anime and manga and watch Naruto and whatnot. But when I changed schools, everybody was putting me on. Like boys was telling me, "Oh, you gotta watch SEO. You gotta watch Attack on Titan. You gotta watch Fairy Tale." A little bit peek right there.
Definitely not. I don't know who put you on.
Yo,
I
no
got
joke though.
you.
I got put on, bro. But yeah, I mean, it does depend on your surroundings. So maybe you guys were lucky. Maybe you guys weren't. Maybe you guys are the only people in your city, town, friend group that watch anime, and that's why we have this community. Because for me, for example, I wasn't like no own. I didn't have like people playing Pokemon at the lunch table. I was probably the only person that even had a Game Boy. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, if you guys are part of a community that doesn't have like the same love of anime, that's what we're here for. Because we want everybody. We want to talk about anime. And that's what we love to do. So yeah, Owen, you got anything else to say?
I mean, I think you summed it all up. That was like perfectly said. And I know we definitely appreciate all the support that's been going on. Throughout all our channels. All our channels have been, growing, and we appreciate you, and we couldn't have done this without you guys. And yeah, this pod was definitely, a get to know us one, a get to know us kind. And we definitely want to get to know you guys more. So yeah, take it away.
All right, guys. With that being said, we'll catch you guys in the next episode of Anime Plus. And with that, peace.
Peace.